Here's the key for the Chapter 11 review packet. Number 1, is it arithmetic? Yes, it is. You're adding 200 every time. So D is 200. The 38th term is 7,384. And the 52nd term is 10,184. And those are found just using the A sub n equation for arithmetic. Number 3, you know the first term and you know D. Then you can find A sub 20, which means n is going to be the 20th term in the sequence. And just plugging that into the equation, you get negative 20.2. Number 5, it is geometric. So yes, you're multiplying by 4 every time. A sub 9 is 131,072. And then the directions also say find the 8th term, which is 32,768. And those are found using the A sub n equation for geometric. Okay, and now you know A sub when you know R, you gotta find A sub 9. So then you're plugging in 9 for n. Plugging that into the equation, you get 512. It says the first, I might have misread the directions. It said the first 3 terms in the sequence after the last one given. Well, the one given is A sub 1 is 2. So if R is negative 2, then the next terms would be negative 4, 8, negative 16. I thought it was the next 3 terms after 512. Number 9, you know 2 terms. This one's kind of hard. You know 2 terms, and you got to find something, and you can actually find R if you just look from 16 to 1024 and just make 16 your first term, and now instead of 5 terms total, there's only 4 if I'm going from 16 to here. So I can use that and plug in 4 for n to find R, and I realize that the common ratio is 4, so you're multiplying by 4 every time. Well, if I know the common ratio is 4, I know the first term right here should be 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. So if you use that into the A sub n equation, that's how you find your answer. 11, you could add all those up or just plug it into the sum equation and get 553. 13, sigma notation. A sub 1, if you plug in 5, you get 8. A sub n, if you plug in 54, you get 106. N is 50. 54 minus 5 is 49. Add 1 to get 50. Use all that to get your answer. 15, you know everything but n, so fill it all in and just solve for n. You end up getting n equals 13. You got to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of that fraction. 17, evaluate just means to find the sum. Okay, not the best directions, I guess. But you know A1, you know D, and you know N, and you can use all those to find the sum of the arithmetic. Okay, number 19, you know you can find A sub 7, and then oh, that didn't really help. All you needed was N and what the first term was, and R. R was negative 3 if you just did 12 divided by negative 4, or anything else. Use those to find the sum. 21, N is 4, R is 4, A1 is 2, A sub n is 128. That's enough information to find the sum. 23, remember in sigma notation, R is the base, and the first term is actually what's given right before that. Or you could solve for the first term by plugging in 1, and you still get 3. But notice that it does match whatever's written right here in front of the exponential term. So R is the base. I know R is 5. I know there's 8 terms total, and the first term is 3. So here's the 3. R is 5, and then N was 8. 25, R in this one is 2. You know the entire thing sums to be 127. First term is 1. That's the coefficient of that is 1, or you could solve it to get 1. You end up, you're looking for n. You can find n. You get negative 128 is negative 2 to the n. Rewrite negative 128 as negative 2 to the 7th. That way I got like bases, which means n must equal 7. 27, it does converge, because r is less, absolute value of r is less than 1. Use this easy equation and it converges to 20.8333. 29, this one, we can't find the sum because it diverges. The absolute value of r is 2, which is greater than or equal to 1, so it diverges. 31, a1 is negative 3, r is negative 3, which means it diverges. Can't do it. 33, okay, be organized. Here's the final answer. Make sure you're multiplying all integers and taking anything in the parentheses raised to the correct power. Same with 35. And finally, 37, I think I might have done something wrong. I'm going to have to check with Mr. Laux on how to do that one.